Hi, I'm Andy Serkis. You may have seen me in such films as Sex and Drugs and Monkeys.
Welcome to Moviefone's Unscripted. I'm Andy Serkis and this is Peter Jackson and Martin Freeman, and we are here to talk about our film, what's it called? The Hobbit. And we're going to be answering some of your questions that you've sent in, as well as some unscripted ones. So I'm going to start with the first question, which is for you, Peter. And the question is from AJ in Boston, Massachusetts. If you lived in Middle-earth, what kind of creature would you be? A hobbit, an elf, or whatever?
Well, I am a hobbit.
True.
That's been established.
It has. I could never be mistaken for an elf. I don't believe. I'm home-loving, a little bit safety conscious, and happy to stick my feet up in front of the fire. Hobbit's good for me. Now I've got a question for Martin. If you could take one priceless possession from the set, what would it be? And I hope you didn't take any priceless possession, so this is a theoretical question.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will have to have you arrested.
Well, the possession that I wanted, I got on wrap, which was my dressing gown.
Oh,
Bilbo's
yes,
bag-end dressing gown.
Fantastic
Loved
dressing
it. Because when I first put it on, and I was having it fitted, I was like, I'm gonna have this. And I think I was told that you had designs on one as well, because because we'd both probably fit that and suit that quite nicely.
You got the original one. Actually, Fran got one made for me as a present.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
nice.
but you had the original. I had to have one made a little larger.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So you were lucky enough to be the right size.
It's lovely though, isn't it? It's so
fantastic.
comfortable.
Oh, it's fantastic.
It's so, and I do genuinely wear it around the house with glee.
Yeah. Is it heavy?
It is quite heavy, but you know you're wearing it. It makes me feel Victorian.
Does it?
I'm sort of on a lifelong mission to become Scrooge, and it makes me feel slightly more angry about the world. And I'm
more
just
angry?
Yeah, if you can imagine that. And I'm just working on a nightcap at the moment and a candlestick, and carrying through the house.
So no Christmas for you this year.
New. Which was more difficult?
Yeah.
Playing Caesar in Rise of the Planet of the Apes, or playing Gollum?
It is a good question. They both had their challenges. Of course, the first time round when we were doing Gollum, the biggest challenge was that there wasn't really a way of doing it in the way that we've ended up doing all of these characters. So that was going alongside the actual the actual creation of and embodying the character. But Gollum is a very complicated, psychologically complicated person, hobbit thing, and but also Caesar, because Caesar, but by the time we came to do Caesar, basically, we didn't have to worry about how we were going to do the performance capture, because that was already established. Yes. But I had to play Caesar from being a little baby chimp all the way up to being an adult, so that had its joys and challenges. Is there a particular aspect of the book that you really wanted to include in the film?
Well, I think we managed to include everything we wanted to include by making it 3 movies. So rather than be depressed about, some of the really iconic scenes that we would never have been able to fit into 1 movie, we went the other direction, and we included everything we wanted and expanded from 1 to 2 to 3.
Is it definitely just going to be 3, or is it going to be like 4, A New Hope?
I don't know. I mean, you
can't guarantee.
Can't guarantee anything at this stage. Today it's 3. Tomorrow, who knows? I mean, it really depends on the reaction of people who see the film. I mean, we could just keep on making them as long as people want to see them. I mean, really, we haven't got anything else to do at the moment, have we?
Can you tell me about your voice-changing talent? When did you realise this talent and start using it in movies, and can you give us an example of it?
Well, I've never really thought of myself as having, I'm not like a voice, I don't do voices. I'm not a mimic, I'm not, I don't do things like that. But I suppose they're very much bound up with the character, first of all. So I think.
But you are the world's best Gollum impersonator.
I can impersonate a good Gollum. I can do a good Gollum. So I might do that at some point. But I mean, voices they come out of, as you well know, as we all know, come out of knowing what the character is and understanding the character and what you want to say about that character, it's the means of expression which indicates the psychology of the role and what the emotion of the part is. So people do ask me about, well, how did you find the voice of Gollum? And is it And for me, it was always about, Gollum is called Gollum because of the way he sounds. That's what Tolkien writes. And so it's just
He
like,
makes
well,
that noise, doesn't
yeah,
he? Makes that
exactly.
swallowing sort of. Yeah.
A swallowing noise.
So you should say hello to Maria from Detroit as Gollum.
But I think you should also be rolling around, throwing around as well, because we've established that it's a holistic thing. Yeah, I'm glad I put that glass away.
Hello, Maria in Detroit.
He does do it. I love it. I love
I
it.
can't do the
I
voice
love it.
without doing that, you see.
No.
I love the fact that I suggested something and you did it.
Well, look, I'm very impressionable.
I love that. Thanks.
Where were we?
If someone gave you the one ring and told you to hide it, where would you put it? This could be disgusting.
And you can put it, you know, you can put it somewhere with somebody you don't like as well,
Really?
if you prefer. I mean, really, it doesn't have to be a friend.
Where would you stuff your one ring?
There's a certain person who lives on the Isle of Man.
Yes.
And, you know, is known to us.
Right.
A little right of Attila the Hun, and, you know, but actually, you know, friendly with it. To a point. But anyway, yes, I'd probably hide it in his shed.
Hide it in a shed, that's good, yeah. And then hopefully his shed will disappear.
Absolutely.
And you won't know where to find his gardening utensils. That would be a terrible fate.
I'm just wondering who the hell this is.
Hey, well, I want to thank Andy and Martin for being here, and thank you to Moviefone, and especially all of you for sending in your questions. And I hope you enjoy our movie, The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, when you get to see it.
I think Steve Buscemi was a hot contender, wasn't he?
Really?
Wasn't he?
Not that I can remember. I don't remember actually ever meeting anyone else for Gollum other than you.
Why do you hate Steve Buscemi
I mean,
so
look,
much?